Welcome back to Small Group. We are in a series called Mind Games, and so it's time for games with Nathan. And today we are playing a game called Who the Boss? And in order to play this game, we've got 3 contestants here. We have Ed Martin, Becky Martin, Jason Collins, and we are going to be playing a game looking at some of the dumb laws that exist around our country and just some of the things that you look at and you go, why is that even a law? And they're going to be guessing on them. So we're going to get started. Number 1. In the state of South Carolina, it is illegal to keep what in your bathtub? Is it A, a rubber ducky? Is it B, fish? Is it C, pizza? Or is it D, a horse? Let's see what our answers here.
I said D, Nathan.
We got a horse.
All horses.
Horse
is a horse.
Everyone's saying it's a horse. You are correct. It is illegal to keep a horse in your bathtub.
And why would you want to? You can lead a horse to drink or
Shut
to
up.
water.
Stop it. That was bad.
That was bad before it even started.
Not good at all.
In the state of Kentucky, what color is it illegal for a person to dye?
You know who's from Kentucky? Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, that's true. In the state of Kentucky, what color is it illegal for a person to dye and sell a duckling unless you sell up to 6 or more at a time? Is it A, blue, B, red, C, pink, or D, orange?
I said C again, but it didn't cry.
So no pink ducklings there. What do you say?
I said A.
No blue ducklings?
No one wants wildcat blue on their duckling.
Also another pink duckling.
Yes, pink.
The correct answer is A. You cannot have 1 blue duckling, but if you had 6, which is 1 more than you need for a basketball team,
All I'm
could
saying
have
is Kentucky people are crazy about their basketball.
In what state could you receive a fine if you still have your Christmas decorations up after January 14th?
Not Grantville.
Yes, that's true.
It should be.
Is it A, Illinois, B, Maine, C, New Hampshire, or D, Pennsylvania?
I said D, Freeman, because of the many Quakers.
I said C.
And
Maine.
B for Maine. All right, we got a diverse answers here. The correct answer is B, Maine.
Boom!
Which means we got a score of 2, 2, and 1 over there.
Got 1.
There you go.
Yeah.
Which state legally requires one-armed piano players to perform for free? So if you're a one-armed piano player, you have
How
to
they gonna earn a living, man?
I don't know.
Well, how are you going to play and get tips if you only got 1 arm? You can't.
You got a cup. You good
I
in
think
the
it's
cup.
way more impressive to do it with 1 arm.
All right, is it A, Ohio, B, Michigan, C, Iowa, or D, Hawaii?
I said A because Ohio.
Because that's what it corresponded to. Okay.
I said C
So did I.
in honor of my friend Adam Ryder.
Iowa.
All right. The correct answer is Iowa.
See?
Which means we stay in our tie. Leads us to our last question here.
We'll write on the
We're just going to
backside.
leave it to the 2 of you. You 2 have to answer different.
I'm going to answer
So
anyway.
whoever writes
Okay.
first.
In which state? This is a longer question.
He's leaving.
Where are you going?
I'm just going to stand off to the
He's
side.
done.
Okay.
Sore loser.
In which state was it needed to be explicitly written that it shall be unlawful for any person to throw any stone, snowball, or other missile, or discharge any bow, blowgun, slingshot, gun, catapult, or other device upon or at any vehicle, building, or other public or private property? Is that A, Georgia? Is that B, Arkansas? Is that C, Colorado? Or D, Nevada? Tell me what your answers are.
I'm going with C,
right, Jason.
Colorado.
I'll go with B.
We do have a correct answer. The correct answer is C, Colorado.
Woo! Yes,
Aspen,
I
Colorado.
have done it again.
So Becky Martin is our winner.
I also missed that one. I had A.
Okay. Good to know. So here's what I know about rules. We all want to break them. Okay, some of us are probably less rebellious than others, but I bet we've all encountered at least one rule that we think is dumb and that we just want to ignore. We've all wanted to sneak snacks into the movie theater, or copy someone else's homework, or stay out past curfew. We look at the rule and the person in charge and say, I know better than you. Some rules are just made to be broken. Admit it. I mean, you've fallen into that kind of thinking at least once or twice in your life. The reason why is what we talked about last week. We started a series last Sunday talking about how we face a real enemy in our world. We don't like to talk about it, and some of us aren't even sure we believe in it, but it's there. The Bible refers to this enemy as the devil, and even though he's not like what you see in horror movies, the devil's main goal is to trick us into turning away from God. The way he does that is by playing mind games with us. He lies to us. And one of the lies that the devil uses to get us to turn away from God is that he convinces us that our lives are best lived when we get to do what we want, when we want. When we live life where no one else is in charge but me. I'm the boss, I call the shots. The way he gets us to start thinking this way is by causing us to start disobeying the authority in our lives. Now, authority is one of those words that none of us like, especially at your age, because it feels like everyone in your life but you is an authority figure. Your parents, your teachers, the police, basically any adult you see. Everyone has authority over you, and what we all want to do to authority is challenge it. I don't like you being in charge. I don't like your rules or your laws. I want to be in charge, and so I just won't listen to what you say. I'm going to do what I want. What's the problem with living this way? Well, one, we end up making bad decisions. Remember when you were little, your parents told you not to touch the stove, and you thought, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to do what I want. So you touched the stove, and then what happened? You got burned, and you learned why your parents told you no. Because they had information that you didn't have. They knew what was best for you, and they still do. By being older than you, they know things you don't, and they want to protect you. But here's the problem with being the boss of your own life. You're not the boss of your own life. God is. And if you begin now disobeying the authorities in your life, it will eventually transfer over to disobeying God's authority. You won't listen to what He says either, and so God says, even when you don't like it, obey those in charge of you because it's for your good. And of course, if they tell you to do something wrong, like lying or hurting yourself or others, you shouldn't do that because it's not what God would have you do. But most of you aren't dealing with that. So today in your groups, talk about why God wants us to obey the authorities in our lives, and then we'll move on.